you two can write forward as you've put together a few words to say to the Year 6s.
It's hard saying goodbye to all you great Year 6s. You have all been great as friends, and it has been a great year getting to know you all. Well done for all your hard work. Good luck in secondary school. We wish you all the best of luck. All of our students and teachers are very impressed and proud of you. Now it's time to say goodbye to all the teachers, Mr Carter, Miss Chalmers, Miss Corporal, and Mr Blight. You go to secondary school. Don't forget Mr Stanley by primary school.
There wasn't a chance that I wasn't going to say something. It's all here. It's much easier to do it like this. Well, Year 6, what can I say? These are your last few hours with us today. A year has raced by. Where did it go? You've been amazing, brilliant, sometimes only so-so. No, that would be a lie. As I stand here reading this to you, I don't want you to go. I don't want to say goodbye. In Year 2, I first met you as your new head teacher and watched you in your performance. As little Year 2s came, played his air guitar, you sung your hearts out loud. I remember thinking, what a great school I've come to, and of you I was all very proud. And proud of you all, I have continued to be, and I'll remember forever that huge grin and smile that belongs to Ben Bussey. But look at you now, all grown up and great. You have been brilliant, amazing, there can be no debate. Great examples you've been to the other children, and the reading you have done with the giraffes and zebras is no exception. For there we find the kindness, the friendship, and the fun that has, in my eyes, made you number 1. So to all the other children here today, remember how these children have behaved. No, don't. Honestly, don't. Oh, for goodness sake, don't copy them. Only joking. You know I don't mean it. You have been brilliant in every way. You have set a great example to the rest of the school. If they can be anywhere near as good as you, that would be cool. What a year you've had with music, the art, the sport and the play. During comic relief you made us laugh, and at the school discos your dancing has led the way. At the prom last night it was plain to see, as you arrived by truck and car and motorbike and horse. Yes, horse. How caring and funny and lovely you can be. And it might have been Psy and his Gangnam Style that had a billion YouTube hits, but you all sang out and gave us your own Christmas CD that made me smile when you gave us our own version of Standard's Style. The newspaper team took the paper from strength to strength. Certainly now the best paper in Northampton, probably the world, by any length. And from that came Abby, who read and 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 led the school to fame. I just realised when you did it that you're not going to be an author. This bit doesn't work, just go with it. Please remember me when you write your first book, and if you need a manager, don't forget my name. You've been a clever lot, with knowledge of maths and sums, and complex sentences and narrative form. Continent research, Egyptian study has helped you rise to the top. But geography needs some work. Because I remember asking you for the rivers of the world, and you were doing quite well, until one voice shouted, Mr Blight, what about River Island? I wasn't fooled. Even I know that's a shock. When I've been teaching you PE, your humour has been a great asset. You worked me hard until I worked up a sweat, and your rounder skills, as we know, are really quite brilliant. So let's spend a moment on yesterday's match, where I have to say you were quite resilient. You taunted us and teased us and told us we were going to lose in the nicest way. And that through this match with your skill, you would cruise. First Ellie gave me a catch and I dropped it. Then I slipped and fell over and I gave Mr Carter a hard ball to catch. Oh no, I thought, we're going to lose this match. Then, from out of nowhere, the tide began to turn, and out of the ashes and the horrendous clash from 2 years ago, but who's counting, she laid to rest that disastrous drop, and a great catch was made by Miss Fountain. The tide was turning, we were getting you out, but as good as it sounds, we still had to bat. And out on the boundary, with the sun in his eyes and no hat, there was David Dimmer, and he took an amazing catch. And while Mr Chalmers looked bemused and ready to shout, Miss Cornforth pointed to him and said, "You're out." And Mr Hearn and Mr Carter, you got them out too, and we started to fall away. When? What did you call me, Josh White? Decrepit and old. And by the way, because it may never happen again, I stood up to hit the ball and there was not a sound. It didn't go very far, but for once your fielding let you down and this ancient geezer managed to get all the way round. Out there in the baking hot sun, and while Mr Chalmers and Mr Carter fought it out to see who had led us to victory, this year it was me who had the winning run. We did it by 1.5 rounds. That's all that was in it, but we managed to just steal the rounders match. And luckily the rest of the staff team were on form as we sneaked a victory with our best performance of the year. Be warned, Year 5, we are confident now and we have no fear. But our performance was not as good as yours. Your play, this I have to say, your acting and singing and dancing was truly a memorable high. And the DVD of it is something good enough to buy. You said it all in your Super Golden Dreams play. Look to the stars. We did not have to look far. Those stars are right here. It's you, and there you are. When the lights let you down, there was no flapping, and there was MC Theo and MC Ellie on the mic, rapping. So I thought I'd better give it a go. Yo, I didn't know 700 letters in the Egyptian alphabet, so I wrote this rhyme, slamming it ain't no crime. Yes, for Carter to steal the mummies from the grave, and while you were chilling in the museum, did you not see Callum wrapped in bandages? Could you not have given him away? You make him stay so still, so long, I'm thinking this is an outrage. But your acting, the singing was so cool, and your rapping was better than this, that I have to say, you were brilliant. Year 6, you owned that stage. Then you had your trip to Twin Lakes, and what a memorable day. Log flumes and rides and a bird show to see. Your smiles and friendship were clearly shown. You are the perfect example of how to be. But amongst all that greatness, I hear that 2 boys misbehaved. Is it true? Could it possibly be, after all these wonderful things that we have to savour, that 2 of you let us down? What do I keep saying to you? Independent behaviour that's poor? Well, after much investigation, it turns out it's true. But I'm pleased to say that it was none of you. No, the culprits are over there, splashing water, I hear. Mr. Chalmers and Mr. Carter, what have you got to say for yourselves? Save it, we don't want to hear. You two should be more careful, so we only have this to say to you.
Oi! Remember our motto, my best, your best, our best. Be brave, enthusiastic, safe and thoughtful.
And that is true for Year 6. We have a lot to learn from you. You have truly shown everyone here how the best can be. The way you have grown up over the years has been a joy to watch. As I say, Year 6, you have raised the bar an extra notch. If I could close the school up and keep your talent and loveliness locked up and keep you forever, I would. Maybe I could even persuade Mr. Reg to lose the school key and stay here forever. You could. I've checked. Actually really against the law. And I think your secondary schools might just come looking for you too. Now, I really must bring this to an end. I don't want to, but we really have to let you move on. I've been so impressed and proud of you all. And what you have achieved will stay with us even after you've gone. You're a talented bunch, clever, friendly, and so much fun. I will miss you, and I want to thank you for all that you have done. And so, Year 6, we bid you farewell. Your journey moves on, and we wish you well. So take with you our words about being brave, enthusiastic, safe, and thoughtful. And you will continue to be a cut above the rest. Because to us, to me, and our school, you have quite simply been the best. Well done, Year 6. It's been an absolutely super year for them. It only seems fitting that I, under Brave, this is my apology of saying sorry to you, but it only seems fitting sometimes to make a mistake, because it means that we get to finish with one final Best Award of the Year, and it goes to Tia, and it's quite apt because it says, for a great attitude to her learning, Tia has been a great Flint House captain and is always best. So well done, Tia.